All right, we got ourselves another prime time game on a Christmas special on a Monday night. Well, Monday afternoon that we're taking on the Houston Texans. Remember what happened last year? We played on Christmas. We had the immaculate extension of Antonio Brown winning us the AFC North last year against the Ravens. However, we don't have Antonio Brown going up against this Texans team. First, let's say something about the Texans. I want to apologize for the injuries you guys have been dealt with the entire season. It sucks that we can't play each other at full strength. I hate whenever they have a bunch of injuries. Me being a former football player and being the competitiveness that I have in sort of my soul. I hate when somebody loses their best player and now you don't get to see the manifestation of a great game on the field. Nonetheless, Deshaun Watson, I hope you get healthy soon. J.J. Watt, I hope you get healthy soon. Merciless, I hope you get healthy soon. I believe I'm missing one more injury. They did trade away their left tackle over to Seattle. Now, I understand on the left side they're going to have a little bit of an issue trying to block whether it's T.J. Watt or James Harrison if he's activated come off the edge. But T.J. Yates, he's a capable quarterback, not to the level of Deshaun Watson, not to the level of Tom Savage, but he knows the system. We still have to go into the game understanding that he knows the system. He's capable of getting the ball to DeAndre Hopkins. He's capable of getting the ball to Will Fuller. With Antonio Brown being hurt, DeAndre Hopkins is now the best receiver in the NFL. Sorry, Julio. If you look at the production over the entire season, DeAndre Hopkins has been consistent with quarterbacks that nobody really wants to draft on their fantasy team. So we have to make sure we contain DeAndre Hopkins because the power of dreadlocks is extremely strong, especially when they play in Houston. For some apparent reason, when they play in Houston, Will Fuller, he activates his dreadlock powers. DeAndre Hopkins, he activates his dreadlock powers. On the defense, Jadeveon Clowney, he activates his dreadlock powers. Why am I doing this for dreadlock powers? But on the ground, we have to make sure we contain Lamar Miller, and now Alfred Blue is getting more carries. We got to make sure he's contained as well. Tackle quick. When we hit somebody, they need to be able to go to the floor. We got to make sure we get them on the floor. We can't have missed tackles. Vince Williams, you got to be able to hit day and night. Every time you hit somebody, they need to go straight down. We can't have any missed tackles. You're practicing with the number 50. You got the Shazier number 50 on the back of your helmet. I need you to go out there and play like Shazier. All right? Defensive line, we have to play the same way we played last week. Cameron Hayward, you got snubbed for the Pro Bowl. Our goal ain't to go to the Pro Bowl anyway, but I want you to go out there and show the league officials that they were wrong and the fans that they were wrong for not voting you into the damn Pro Bowl. I need you in the backfield every single play. T.J. Watt, you're on the right side of the defensive line, or I should say the left side. If they're facing me, they're on the left. If I'm looking from their side, you're on the right. I need you to abuse their left tackle. Every single play, I need you in the backfield. To it, I'm going to need you in the backfield. Whether you're coming through that B gap, whether you're lined up outside when we rarely run that 3-4. Bud Dupree, if you're blitzing, I'm going to need you in the backfield. Every single time. Defensively on our secondary, we got Joe Hayden back. All right, but although Joe Hayden is back, I still expect to see Cameron Sutton inside of the game. Okay, whether we got to move him, sometimes we'll put him in that nickel corner along with Hilton. I like the way that looks. We could bring in Will Gay at sometimes, but his snap count should be going down. He is older. He probably got the tendonitis in his knees. He needs the rest. All right, but we need to play a complete football game. But what I want to see from this game, most importantly, not offensively, but defensively, we need to be able to sack the quarterback. I want to see more sacks than a post-operation of a genital transplant from male to female. Damn, that's a good-ass joke. Holy shit, that's a good-ass joke. I gotta write that down before I run into like an Amy Schumer or some shit. They're gonna steal my joke. God damn, I didn't mean for that to be that lethal, man. That's a good-ass joke. Holy shit. But let me get back into the soliloquy. So what we need is to get turnovers on defense. We have to keep the same sort of defensive role that we got on last week playing against Brady, playing the man. Keith Butler, this is probably the first time that you played man last week. Let's see if we could do that this week, especially with DeAndre Hopkins coming in, because nobody's been able to guard that man. So we have to shut him down. Offensively, the blueprint does not change. Run the ball. James Conner is done. We put him on IR. We brought in Stephen Ridley. I don't know if he can learn the playbook that fast. Whatever the case may be, when you put him in the game, hey, it's a stretch. Go through the B gap or run to the C gap. It's a toss. Get outside. We're running that up the gut. We're going to run one of those dives. Go right up. We're going to run the midline. Give him the ball. Go through the A gap. Through the center and the goddamn guard. Whatever the case may be, I don't know how many snaps he's going to get. But Le'Veon Bell, if he gets the 30 touches, give him the 30 touches. Teams can't stop that man anyway. Now, Big Ben, I expect you to be able to throw the ball, because last week when we had Jacksonville taking on the Texans, Blake Bortles threw for 326 and 3 touchdowns. He was extremely efficient, like Chris Boswell's toe. On the ground, Leonard Fournette, I don't think he played, but if he did play, I didn't really see him on the stat line, whatever the case may be. They ran for over 100 plus yards. It wasn't wasn't one person who got over 100. They had a collective of 69 here, 42 here, 33 something. So we got to make sure we establish the run and be able to throw the ball through the air, because the Houston defense is completely depleted. But on Villanueva, I'm going to need you to go out there and block Clowney, because Clowney is a Pro Bowler. He is capable of getting into the head of Big Ben, getting into the head of quarterbacks, and making you release the ball a little bit more early than you would have. So we got to make sure we go out there and execute. This now becomes a trap game because this team is extremely injured. We can't go into the game and think that, oh, because we're coming off the best game of the season last week, we're coming into Houston to play against the lowly Texans. No, they're still not the lowly Texans. Remember, this is a two-time AFC South champion back-to-back years. Bill O'Brien is extremely capable of coaching up his boys to go out there and execute. We got to make sure we execute every phase of the game, because if we lose a game, guess what? Jacksonville now gets flexed into that second seed and we get pushed to the wild card. We don't need that. We need to make sure we get that first round bye so Antonio Brown can get healthy. We got to make sure we get that first round bye so during the wild card we get time to sit down and hang out with Ryan Shazier. Don't you want to do that to see him bring his spirits up so he can bring more motivation for the divisional round at home? That's what we want. So the next two games we have to go out there and execute. We cannot make mental mistakes. Remember, this is not one of those games that we can go out there and win. It's one of those games that we could go out there and we'll cause ourselves to lose. We can't have that happen. All right? So here we go. Everybody get your motherfucking hands up in here. Steelers on 3, win on 6. 1, 2, 3, Steelers, 4, 5, 6, win. Let's move on to 12 and 3. Let's get this W.